before.
Okay, it says you're live.
Oh, can you hear us now? Somebody say yes.
Yes, we're live. Look at that. It
Okay,
says live. Oh my goodness sakes.
Here.
Yeah, we're live now.
There's a
Yeah,
commercial
okay.
first. Can anybody hear us?
Yes, we're live. It says live. You got to get more to the picture here.
I'm good enough.
No, you're not good
Yeah,
enough.
here I am. I'm in.
This must be going live with something else.
Yeah, Josh has us.
Okay. Anyways, welcome everybody. Gold Fever Radio.
What a day! What a day!
Wednesday. What is the date?
Today's December 10th.
December the 10th.
5
Welcome.
more days.
5 more days, and you're going to be in trouble.
Not me.
So, man, I see people in there. Let's see who's in the chat room before we get going here.
Okay.
See who are. Okay, Steve Collier, Paul, hello, Mark.
Salome, Mark.
Salome, Mark. Is that somebody new?
Unless it's Half Bucket.
Salome,
Julianne.
Doggy Bone.
Robert Porch.
Hey, Robert Porch. I needed your email address, Robert Porch. Mike. Hello, Mike. Billy Z.
Okay.
Julian Berry.
Okay.
Anyways, so you guys know we've been using a program called StreamYard, and we've used that for many years. But for some reason, you know, they were charging us like, I don't know, just over $200 a year, $250 a year to use that program. Well, this year they raised it all the way up to $400, it's almost $500. So I said, screw that. So we just went YouTube live. And maybe next week there's another program out there that we used to kind of use years ago, OBS. And I think we're going to go back to that. So we're going to try that next time. But for this time, we're doing it this way.
Okay, we got American Gold Prospectors and Karen Knight, who is Glamour Girl 65.
American Gold Prospect. Hello. That's Brian, American Gold Prospect.
Okay.
All right. Welcome. So anyway, so we're just trying it this way here. And like I say, next time we'll do something different.
Yeah. So
I don't know if I like this.
What?
This camera, like it's going in and out of focus.
Don't play with anything now. At least it's live and people can see you and hear you.
Okay. So what's happening?
Okay. So.
I want to try to get you into the picture.
I'm in the picture. I'm good enough in the picture.
No, you're not in the picture. You're not in the picture.
I am.
I'll get you more into the picture.
Yeah,
okay, what's happening on your end of the world?
So today, December 10th, is National Dewey Decimal System Day.
Why does my name say Salome Mark instead of Half-Bucket? We don't know, Mark, but we figured that's who you were, though. I guess because you changed it. Oh, see, it says, well, I don't know why. It says he's a channel supporter. He's got a star by his name. Even.
I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't make the rules.
I don't know. So,
okay,
it's National Dewey Decimal System Day, and for you, it is National Logger Day.
Hello, everybody. Logger? You mean this type of logger?
Not the one with the
wood chopper.
Yeah. Famous birthdays today would have been Emily Dickinson's birthday today. Emily Dickinson, the poet.
I was going to say she was a writer, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Okay.
She was only 56 years old when she died.
What'd she die from?
I don't know.
Writing too much?
Possibly. Bobby Flay's birthday today. He's 61.
He's a cooker, huh?
That is what he is.
Remember a few weeks ago, everybody's ID changed. That's possible. I don't remember.
Yeah. And it's Joe Burrow's birthday today.
Is he a quarterback?
He is a quarterback.
Man, I'm so smart.
He's 29.
Wow, that's all. Huh?
Yep.
Cool.
Well, okay. And this day in history, I can tell you what happened
this
day on December 10th. Okay. In 1582, that was a very long time ago, France begins the use of the Gregorian calendar.
Really?
Mm-hmm. In 1799, the metric system is first adopted in France.
Huh.
In 1817, Mississippi is admitted as the 20th state in the Union.
And when? 1829?
1817.
1817, wow.
In 1869, the women's suffrage was granted in the Wyoming Territory. So they were in Wyoming, where there was probably 5 people, and four and a half of them were men. They allowed women to vote.
Oh, that's nice.
Good for you, Wyoming. In 1884, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain is published.
Hmm.
In 1936, Edward VIII signs the Instrument of Abdication, where he gave up the throne so he could marry American divorcee Wallace Simpson.
Whoever that was.
Some lady that he met, but
Oh,
he was the king, Edward
wow.
VIII.
He must have really loved her
He must have.
to give up his throne.
In 1971, William Rehnquist was confirmed as a Supreme Court justice.
And the following year, King, whoever it was, divorced
No,
because.
no, 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 no. And today,
And he wishes he never gave up his throne.
this is very important. Today, Australian law setting the minimum age of 16 to hold social media accounts goes into effect. So if you are under 16 years
Was
old,
that? What year was that?
today,
Oh, I was going to say, because I thought I just heard that.
you did. There's a brand new law starting today. Let's
Cool.
see. Look at all these people. Rocky Mountain prospectors, scuba man.
Hello.
Scuba.
That's Brad, Rocky Mountain Prospectors. Okay. All right. Hey, so anyways, Robert Porch, we'll get right into this.
Okay.
So as you guys know, Lisa told me, well, how did this start?
Well, it's
You said you wanted to write a book.
that's what I said.
She said she wanted to write a book. So I said, okay, let's write a book.
Mm-hmm.
So we wrote a book.
Whispers of the Desert.
And so I started writing the book, and then you kind of did a lot of proofreading and changing a lot of things. And I think you even wrote a couple chapters in here too.
I possibly did.
But you changed everything and made it,
English?
yeah. So it was out of prospectors lingo into. Anyway, so that's the book that we wrote.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then we were writing. I'm writing a new one now. This one here, Whispers of the Abyss. That one.
No, this one's done.
Well, this one's still in the making. This one just kind of was getting on. But anyway, so I was talking to. Remember, we went on our hike. So there was Robert, me, Scott, and Clay. We went on a hike, and I turned that book into Whispers of Cursed Mountain.
The hike.
The hike.
He used poetic license or author's whatever you want to call it, and so he told me some stories, and we both wrote this book.
Yes. So anyway, Robert, you're in here. You guys can get these copies. They're on Amazon. All you got to search is the name there on Amazon, and you can get them. They're on both on Kindle and on in Amazon Books, I think, right?
Yes.
I think so. I don't know if the new one's on books yet. I know it was on Kindle. But anyway, so yeah, I know that a few people's already picked them up.
Whispers of the live chat.
Whiskers.
Well, I think you know Whispers.
Buck Rackley.
Yeah. He's going to pick up a copy for sure. Yeah, well.
Yeah, Robert, because you're in it.
You are in it. You are in it.
I know Scott already picked up his chapter. And well, Robert said when we were talking weeks ago, he said he wanted to go along on this journey. Mm-hmm. So that's how come Robert got put into to it. So yeah,
you are welcome.
It started as that we needed a fourth person, and so that's how come. Anyway,
so Jack is still in Facebook jail. He is allowed visitors now, whereas before he was in solitary confinement. However, he still can't do crap.
Well, I can post in Facebook. I can still post.
Not live.
But I can't do anything live. They took away what they do is, like they recommend your channel. So Facebook, I think I had like 59,000 followers in Facebook. So they no longer recommend that, where they would recommend your your page, I guess, or whatever they call it, and you would gain more followers. They took that away, and they took away. I guess they put ads on there where they pay you for it. They took that away too. So now my followers are going down, but they say I'm suspended until January 1st, and I don't know what I'll get back, how much of my privileges I'll get back, or how much I will remain in jail after that point, or what. I appealed the decision. It was all because I shared some stupid post 8 months ago. They were 8 months behind. So, anyways, it's all crap, but we'll see what happens. So
Yeah.
that's what's happening on Facebook. So
Yeah.
that's why I don't post a lot of crap anymore on Facebook.
Hello, Steve Blevins.
Steve Blevins, hello.
And that's why we're not airing on Facebook either, because we
They
can't
won't
do live.
They won't. Yeah, we can't air on Facebook Live.
So, um, oh, Scuba Man is Mark Mirabella. We were wondering where you've been.
Oh, he changed his name.
He did.
And he went underground.
He went underwater, is what he did. He didn't go underground. He went underwater.
Underwater.
Scuba Man.
Underwater.
You was a scuba man.
I was scuba man for a while. I wanted to just accomplish that and do it, so I did it, and now I moved on in my life.
Did you say hello to Steve Blevins?
Yes, I did. Hello, Steve Blevins.
Okay. So
anyway, so I was just, anyways, okay. So we've been writing books. So that's what I've been doing. So now I'm in the midst of writing another book. I'm only on chapter 1.
Well, you know what? He can write a book faster than he can read one. That's
well, I have to write it. Well, yeah, you write it, but see, then I can talk to it, So like I get my whatever you call that down, and then I just talk to the dictating machine. It was on a long stormy night when the 3 men decided to go for a hike. Anyway, so I just read this whole thing, then it puts it all into thing, but then Lisa has to read it because a word that says like,
let's say Jack says the word funny, and he'll say funny 16 times in 3 sentences. So I have to change it to hilarious, amusing, ridiculous, anything, any type of synonym for that word. So that's what I'm here for. I'm the
and you proofread it.
I proofread. I'm the English teacher.
Yes, you are, because when you're dictating it and you say something, it thinks you said something else, and so it doesn't make sense. So
that's like when when you
Paul
talk to
Michelle,
Siri.
is there an Amazon jail? I don't think there's an Amazon jail. I hope not, because right now, I remember that exact moment. I read a little of the sample on Amazon. Good stuff.
Oh, I didn't know you could do like a little. Oh,
yeah, because that's what Scott said. He read something about that.
I didn't know.
So yeah, we went looking for. That was that book. Whispers of the Cursed Mountain. Where does it mention Robert in there?
See, Daryl's in there.
Let's see. So Robert was the young buck.
Yeah, Robert was the young one. It was Clay.
Called Jack. Let's see.
Here, I'll find it. You yak.
Huh? No. I just knew that it was right here. I thought in the beginning where they stopped to pick up. Serious. Oh, right there. See.
Oh,
you know Robert for enthusiasm, if not sense. But there's anyway. So So anyway, Robert, you are mentioned in that book. So okay. And Scott and Clay. Anyway, so Scott told me we can't talk too much about the Cursed Mountain, too much on there. Anyway, so what else is happening?
Well, in the new segment that I have developed for the show that we've done for the past couple of weeks is the Ask Jack segment. So, Jack, I have a couple of questions for you. And you guys out there, you can jump in and ask questions too. Oh, what are you making on the 3D printer?
Who said that?
Guy Carl.
Oh,
I'll get that.
Okay. I am making some very important stuff. I am making these right here. This is what I was making. They're bucket handles. They're handles for the buckets. They go on the 5 gallon bucket. That's what I was making. Different flavors. That's what I was doing. Okay.
Okay. Anyway, so you ready for your first question?
Uh, cool. Yes. Okay. Oh, so what? Oh, those guys can hike. I enjoyed our camp. Yes, they can hike. Okay. Well,
Okay, so first question to you
question to me.
is
Okay.
no, yeah, your question to you in the Ask Jack segment. What is the preferred pitch when you're setting up a dry wash?
What is the preferred pitch?
Yeah, not no, no,
Okay, about
no,
not that
no,
pitch.
no. This pitch. You know,
Oh, the angle.
correct.
Well, people have different theories behind that. I've seen a lot of people, they just run them straight
Oh,
down.
there's Lottie Da. You know who that is?
La di da.
He's in here too.
Is he? Who's that?
That's Clay.
Oh, La di da is Clay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Was last week.
Oh, okay. Well, then Clay's in the book too there. Hey, Clay, did Scott tell you about the book so far?
You're on here.
Yeah. Anyway, so some people believe they just run them pitched down. I believe you should run it as flat as possible to allow the material to stay on your box as long as possible if it's going down before it exits off the box. So that's what I believe in. Yes, I saw a few pages of it.
Okay, so Billy Z wants to know when prospecting, what kind of spots do you usually check first? Washes, gullies, old claims, dry creek beds, or somewhere else?
Well, that is a very good question. My theory is, I surmise, I like that word surmise. That's kind of like hoot, like an owl hoot. Anyways, that hoot gives a hoot. But anyways, I surmise that once everything hits in a large wash, it becomes widely dispersed and it goes deep. So I tend to stay out of large washes. Now, with that said, gold does not come from your washes or streams. It comes from your hilltops, mountains, and over time and weathering, it works its way down into the washes and streams. So as it's coming off the mountain, it'll get into a little what I call a rivulet. And then from there, we'll get into a larger wash and a larger wash and a larger wash until eventually it hits the main washes. So I tend to look for the smaller washes first. But you also got to have the proper material in those washes. Gravels. You got to have gravels. If you just got dirt, chances are you have no gold because gold travels with your heavies. Your sands, which is basically your sand, is your granite that is broken down over time. So you like granite, you like your sand, and you like the rocks, the heavy rocks. So you follow your heavy rocks, your sands, your granite, your sands, and iron, and all of that, red material, red dirt, all a combination. So we did something today. I did this a long time ago, and I've seen other people do it too, but we're going to do it again. We stopped at Home Depot, and I got a bag of sand, and I'm going to run it tomorrow through another device that I got from Prospector's Dream, I think it is, this double looking sluice thing, and see what kind of gold is in there. Now, I remember being up in Oregon. This was, I don't know what, 20 years ago we was up in Oregon. Was it that long ago?
Uh, Maybe 10.
Oh, it had to be longer than 10 years ago, huh? When we were
No.
playing up in Oregon?
When we were doing the outings in
No,
Oregon?
no. Before that, when I was up there just running a high banker myself.
Oh, that was without me.
Well,
So
anyways,
I don't know
okay.
when
So,
that
anyways, I
was.
bought a bag of sand up there and I ran it through and found some gold. And then what I've told is all Home Depots are different wherever they get the sand from. So if it comes from a good area, like maybe if Home Depot is getting it out of Utah, chances of finding any gold are probably thin and null. If they're getting it out of California or Nevada or something like that, you may have a better chance of getting gold in. It's just going to be fine gold anyways. You ain't going to get no big pickers or anything like that. So anyway, so I got a bag of this sand and I was trying to find out where it come from. But I'm going to make a video for this week, running that bag of Home Depot sand through a high banker and seeing what kind of gold there is. Do you have any pay dirt bags for sale? And I need one of those little pans for Theodore, trying to get better at panning. Uh, we've got a kit. There's a kit right there someplace. No, it's right. Where's that little box at? There's right there. It's inside that box, big box. There's a box, the kit right there.
Oh.
Right there.
Oh, okay.
The scoop's on top of it.
Okay.
I don't do a lot of pay dirt bags just because I don't think they're worth it. I saw somebody else post earlier what the price of gold and silver was. It's been kind of fluctuating, but to me, if you buy a $50 bag of pay dirt, by the time you pay for shipping, which is astronomical now, $15 or something to ship it out, and then you've got your packaging and your labels and mylars, all of that there, it just becomes where you're only going to get $20 worth of gold or something. It's just not worth it. And so I hate to do those type of stuff like that there. So anyways, I did put together that we were selling the panning kits. I guess you'd call them that there. Inside the panning kit, you're going to get this little bag of pay dirt, and there is a little bit of gold in it just to play with. But you're also going to get, these are 3D printed. This is what we call a nugget jar. When you're metal detecting, you keep your nuggets in there. And there is this little sniffer tweezer thing that's in there. There is a little vial to put your gold in, and there is a little mini gold pan in those. And the sticker and the card. And I think we were selling these for, what were we selling these for? $24.95. $24.95.
Yeah.
Including shipping. Anyway, so that's what we got. There's a store near us here, that kind of a novelty store. She does shipping and all types of other stuff, and she sells them in the store for us. Little gold panning kits. Anyways, can you print a control box for my next detector build? I can. If you've got the file, I can do that. Right. Clay builds stuff like that.
Let me see. There was Steve Blevins said, "For me on the dry washer, no dirt flows the same way. Biggest mistake people do is not clean out often."
That's true. A lot of areas depend, especially if you're in areas where there's a lot of black sand. Once your riffles fill with black sand, it's hard for any gold to settle into that, because a lot of times the black sand is heavier than your gold, and your gold will float right on out of a dry. And I have seen a large nugget float right over the top and on out of a dry washer. So you should clean up more often. Absolutely. The redder the material you're digging in, the more iron is in that ground, and the more iron in the ground, the more black sand you're going to have in your riffles and your boxes.
Okay, speaking of riffles, I have another question for you.
Roland Saxon, hello. Hello, yes.
Okay, so the other question is, why, what's the difference and what does it matter that the riffles are different in a wet system and a dry system?
Well, in a wet system, the riffles are designed when the material flows over it. As the material flows over it, it creates an eddy, and let's see, I should do it. Water flows over, it creates an eddy, and it kind of sucks it back behind the riffle, and it gets caught there. In a dry system, it can't work that way. So in a dry system, the riffles are opposite, because the heavies, as it's flowing down, will get stuck in front of the riffle, so it won't go up and over the riffle. And generally, there's a little dead air space right there. If there's not a dead air space in your dry washer, you could put one in there by just putting tape a little bit underneath there, like about 1/8 of an inch or something, to create a little dead air space. But so anyway, so it runs opposite in a dry washer. See, dry washers are good if you set and tan properly. See, on our mayor claim it has so much black sand, I have to constantly clean it out. Yet without fluid, you can create the back
Back heavy.
heavy. Jennifer. Oh,
Oh,
that's Jennifer Meadview.
the low pressure
So
zone.
Lottie Doll. Water speed will create pull down. Okay. See, people know a lot of stuff.
You do know a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of prospectors out there that play out in the desert
Well, that's good.
and all of
It's
that
a good
stuff.
place for them to play.
It is. Yes. We like gold. So,
Is everybody all set for Christmas?
Christmas.
We are getting ready.
Um,
Collie Mike,
Good
Collie Mick.
evening. Call, call him Mike. We learned it all from you. Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
not for
Yeah.
me, Jennifer. From him, not for me.
I run a gold hog match. I'm sorry to hear that.
Roland Bah
Guy
Humbug.
Carl. Haven't seen him in a while. No.
Um, I was gonna say something. So, if there's any of you who still want to get in on the
You're
extravaganza,
out of the
you,
picture.
I'm in it right now.
Oh.
If you want to get on the extravaganza, better get to it.
I hauled a whole dump trailer full of material that I got out in Gold Basin area. Jennifer knows the guy out there. Uh, what's his name? Out there on Gold Basin area, Jennifer. That's in
Nick,
the Nick Ballard. He was on Juan and them came out there. Anyway, so I went out to his place, and he gave me a dump trailer full of dirt that I hauled out to the extravaganza. I used to have a sign on my desk at Boeing that read, "Do you want to speak to the man in charge or the woman that knows what's going on?"
you're absolutely correct in that, Jennifer. Absolutely.
That's pretty true.
Uh, the last few weeks have been too wet for me to draw rush. I'm so glad that I own the gold magics. I haven't seen one of them in a long time.
Gold Magic Spiral Wheel.
Yeah.
The Gold Magics are okay, but they're very slow.
No, they weren't his tailings.
Uh, are you sure they
They weren't
weren't
his
his tailings?
tailings. No.
Uh, there was piles of stuff he was saying that I guess when they were there they ran some material that he was blowing out his boxes and stuff he had piled up there that they found a lot of gold in. But he said there was gold in there anyway. So he gave me a whole dump trailer full of material, and I took it out there anyway. So people, it's there for people to run. So when I was going out there, I really didn't have a problem going out there. But on the way out there, my check engine light came on, and I think I overloaded the tranny on my truck because now I'm having a problem with my truck. So I got to get that work on. And the code reader says it has something to do with the death, with the whatever it is,
Fuel injection?
yeah, putting too much fuel into it. But the feeling has it to be in my torque converter is where I think it is. The problem lies. So I got some additives I'm going to put in to see if that kind of, I think it's sticking. One of the, the torque is sticking. Gold cube will work. Uh,
What's the best dry washer these days?
uh, where's that at?
Right here.
Oh, what's the best dry washer these days? I don't dry wash. We have water. I think, well, a lot of people are going to think different things, but I think well, it depends. You've got two types of dry washers. You've got a constant air type one that uses like a leaf blower or motor, and then you've got a bellows type one that just uses basically a bellows that goes up and down, maybe a 12-volt battery. I like the I think one of the best dry washers built was known as a Thompson dry washer. Thompson don't make them anymore, and that was a bellows type. Bellows doesn't use gas. So if I can, sometimes you'll spend more money in gas than you'll spend in the gold you're going to get. So if I can do it without using gas, I'd rather do that. However, I do think you get better recovery in a constant air dry washer than you do in a bellows type. And the reason is because you got constant airflow that you can control, up or down the air that you need, where the bellows, you're pretty well stuck with it. And a bellows has more of a pitch on it because it's got to help that material move down by every, bellows movement, puff, puff type thing. So I think you get better with that there. But other than that, I would say probably the best dry washer next to the Thompson, I would say would be the Keen 140. The reason I say the Keen 140, the Keen 151 is a decent dry washer, but it uses a bigger motor. And I remember in the olden days, the Honda motors, there wasn't enough air really, because that's a big box. And once that box fills up with material, especially a lot of black sand, it's like it doesn't really shake enough or move enough. It's just like it needs to have more air put into it. So a lot of people would move the governor up, and what they would end up doing was blowing the motor apart. And Keen used to always say that that was the problem of those old Hondas, that they wanted to, everybody wanted to you know put that governor higher and was blowing the motor. And they said, and Pat used to say, it doesn't matter how much you turn that up, it will only handle so much air. So they made changes and put bumpers on them. But when they put the bumpers on, then they put extra carpet in there. So now you got like two sets of carpets and all of that. That's why I think the older 140s or the 151 was the better dry washer. Uh, the bigger ones with the 150 or the 160s and the 190s, those are okay, but they have a real small tray in there. Those don't have a lot, a large sluice box type thing. So you're limited to kind of some of your riffles that you have in there. So I think the 140, originally 140 before they did the S, was a better dry washer, and I think the 151 was better before they did the S. So if you're doing, in Keen's puffer is a little bulky. It's big and bulky, and it's a good puffer, but it's just big and bulky. That's why I like the Thompson. It broke down easy. It was easy to carry, easy to set up. So I did the Thompson on a puffer is what I use. And if I carry out one, I would probably carry out the 140. Royal has one, which is okay. Royals is aluminum. Keen's uses space age plastic, propylene or whatever they call that. I don't know. I don't remember what that plastic they call it. Partolino. Anyways, they use a plastic. The plastic supposedly
Polypropylene?
something like that. The plastic you can get. Oh, I see hearts rising up. Plastics you
People
can.
love us.
All right, people. The plastic you get vibrostatic, or the word is vibrostatic. It creates a static charge, I should say, on your plastic. Like if you're running a vacuum cleaner out in the desert and it's really dry, and you can see the dirt kind of stand up on your bucket, or you go to turn your motor off and it'll shock you. That's that static charge. And the plastic will create static charge when the dirt is really dry and that air blowing on it. So the plastic Keen can do that, and I don't think the aluminums can. And I remember years ago there was a guy out of New Mexico that was making aluminum dry washers, and underneath his tray he would put in this plastic thing underneath the riffles. And he used to say that plastic is what helps him have that static. I disagreed with that, but anyway, so the plastic I think is better if you believe in all that type of stuff. I mean, Royal still makes a good dry washer. Unknown caller. It's lightweight and all of that.
Just across the street now.
Potential spam. Why do I get spam calls?
Mm.
Uh,
See, I love my Royal.
I have. Let's see. I love my Royal. I mean, Royals. They make good dry washers, but you know, we've gone round and round Royals are easy to clean up. You just got to basically turn your motor all the way down to idle, lift your they don't put, there's a chain that hangs down, and if you put, see, we go out of focus. I don't know why. I don't like that. I don't like this camera.
It looks fine there.
Yeah, but that's behind schedule, see? So Royals don't have, they got a chain hang down. If you put an S hook on the end of that chain, when you lift your tray up, you can hang it, and then don't pull your carpet out, or your, where your metal is there on that sheet, because every time you pull that in and out, you're rubbing on that. So I leave that in and just push down, put my bucket right there, put pressure down on there, and just let everything fall into my bucket, and then drop the riffles back down on there, clamp it back down, and continue to go. I've got two Royal dry washers. I use Royals, and like I say, I use them all. I've used all dry washers. All dry washers will capture gold. All of them do. So some can just capture it better than others. You're still going to get there, whether it's a Ford, Chevy, whatever it is, Dodge. They're all basically preference of what you like. They're all going to capture it. Royals don't put a dead airspace in there. And I've gone, rounds with him. I forget what his name is, but I wanted to say Bob, but it's not Robert. His name's Robert. Uh, about a dead airspace. So he told me one time, I did an old video about dead airspace, and he didn't like it. Keen will tell you need a dead airspace. Most dry wash builders will tell you need a dead airspace, because once you get that fine gold in there, you don't want the air blowing it back out. And that's what will happen if you don't have. Oh, what happened? Did that get knocked over?
It's all over, yeah.
Hit stop on the thing, will you?
Where is that at?
Right on the front.
What?
Right on the front. There's a screen right there. Just hit stop.
I don't see that.
Hold on a sec.
Oh.
Okay. I'm the only one that knows anything. Okay. Well, except when it comes to reading and writing. See, now we're out of focus again. See, you got too close to it. I hate that. See, we're totally out of focus. Man.
Can't help that.
Yes, you can. I don't like. Huh?
Well, it looks good on the TV.
Yeah, but
screen.
this is 2 minutes behind.
Yeah, but that's what they're seeing. They're not seeing what you're seeing. They're seeing that, just like we are.
No, because see, that's still printing. That's how far behind it is. Okay, now we're back to normal.
Okay.
If you watch it, you'll see that go out of focus. Okay, anyways, we're in focus here now again.
Okay. Oh, good. Okay.
Okay, we can't move away to the thing. I got to change things. So, anyways, what was we talking about? The dead airspaces. Yeah. So you got to have a dead airspace. So Royals don't have a dead airspace. So just put a dead airspace in it. Okay. Like my homemade dry washers. Yeah, Steve called. That's right. He makes good puffer dry washers. I've got them. I've got a couple of them homemade ones from different people.
Clay says it's still a good live. It's like I took off my glasses. That's good. See?
See, we went out of watch it. See? Okay. See, that's how far behind that is. Okay. Where anyways, I look, we got it up here on TV, so we're like it looks like we're 2 minutes ahead than everybody else is from what we're seeing to what's actually you guys are still a good live. It took a lot off my glasses. Okay, well, hey, thank you. Let's see. I use a Gold Buddy. Like it better than my Keen 140s, and we move a lot of Gold Buddies. Gold Buddy used to make really good dry washers, and they made good equipment back in the Gold Buddy days. They used to live out in Mayer, is where he used to live at. We used to carry Gold Buddies. Gold Buddies sold out to Joby, and then Joby disbanded or whatever, and then the one guy continued to build them. If you've got a Gold Buddy, so I know on the newer ones, they put a notch in the very back, and to me, I don't know, understand why that notch is at the back for that cutout, because I've seen dirt just fall out through that cutout. So people will put something over that cutout to cover that out. And they redesign some stuff, like people, I don't know why people buy it, something, piece of prospecting equipment, and they go in and revamp it all and mess it all up. I've seen that plenty of times. But if you got an old Gold Buddy, they were decent. Roland Saxon key dry washers are the best. Oh, Roland! Look, oh, Roland made $1.99 donation. Thank you, Roland. Man, that because he's saying the key dry washers are the best. Let's see. So he's going to get reimbursed from Keen Engineering. See, now if we were on StreamYard, I would have a thank you thing that played, but I'm not on that. So because of the, let's see, did we get everything else in there? When I say old mines, I mean 80 years old or longer. I know we missed a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Jennifer, the GM 2000 is an amazing. Oh, what'd she say?
Somebody asked you about how you liking the Gold Monster 2000.
Let's see. What's the best dry washer? We got that. Yeah. Okay, Gold Cube. That's decent. I use a Gold Cube. I have one of them too. Okay,
here's Jennifer asked you how are you liking the Gold Monster 2000.
The Gold Monster 2000 is a lot better than the Gold Monster 1000. That's without a doubt. Without a doubt. Is it worth $2,000? I don't think so. If I was to spend $2,000 for the Gold Monster 2000, I would probably spend an extra, whatever it is, a few hundred more dollars, and get me a PI machine, whether it be that Garrett Axiom or the Algo Force. I would get one of them, and I'd get a PI machine. So what screwed up about the 2000? One, they didn't fix the tip over problem that they had with the 1000. They didn't fix that. Didn't even give you wireless headphones. They didn't even give you headphones. They give you a pair of little dinky things you plug in, and it's got cords that you earbuds, like you get when you buy a cell phone. Give you those stupid little things. That's all. That's all they gave you. So that was stupid. The only improvement they did put a 3-piece shaft or a collapsible shaft, carbon fiber shaft that's same on the 800s or your Equinoxes and stuff like that. There's your mail lady coming here. So they did put that on there. So that was good. That's the only changes. The identification, as far as your ferrous and non-ferrous bar is still there. The only thing then they changed there where there's the VDI numbering system on there, and there's the tones on there. So there's kind of 3 ways to identify, if it's gold or not. It seems to be better on hot rocks because it just sounds different. The rocks sound different on that than it did on the Gold Monster. It seems like it constantly goes off with everything. And so the problem you have with a VLF machine, when you're out in the desert and you're prospecting and you're getting a lot of, your hot rocks are going off, and your ground is just so mineralized, you got to start to turn your gain down or your sensitivity down until that quiets up. And the further you turn that down, the more you're going to lose the sensitivity and finding that fine gold on the surface. So if you can't, you want to hunt with that sensitivity or your gain as high as you can get it. But if you can't, then you got to start backing, that back up. But it just seemed like the Gold Monster 2000 handled that better. But again, it comes down to the value, and I don't think it's worth $2,000. So other than that, you guys can make your own determinations. People need to end this foolish fly crumbs and fly poop. Buy a low serial number 4500 and get some big gold. The older machines were good. See, I think MineLab did something along the way. Your 4500 people love them. The 5000 people love them, and some people think that those are better machines than your 6000s and those out there. They changed everything in there. I don't know what happened. I'm not into all of that type of stuff. I use the 6000. I found a lot of gold with the 6000. I think it's very sensitive to EMI, and you kind of got to put up with a lot of the crap in that machine. But that's the one I use. turn on and go. Let's see, shareholder value, Coden buy-in them was the beginning of the end of you're talking about the Go or the Mind Lab. I remember when they seemed like they sold out or something happened, and then they weren't producing them for a while, and then they were trying to get rid of machines to raise capital. And it seemed like there was a heyday that some weird shit was going on with them. Uh, let's see what else is going on. People have become excited about mediocrity. I think I found a way to build a better coral for my PI machine, but that's down the road still. Even the dual channels were great, 3000, etc. I remember the very first MindLab I ever got was the SD 2200, and we hiked up Rich Hill with that 2200. And I remember me and this other guy, we made a thing. You know, you get these chair bags that your chairs come in. You know, so I carried the detector and pick, and the other guy I went with carried this chair bag. And what we did is we put a beer, ice. So we put beer and ice in this, and so we each had 3 beers, I think. Put a whole, maybe it was 4 beers each, and there was 8 beers in this chair bag, and he carried the bag of the chair bag with the ice and all that, and we started up Rich Hill. This was July in the summertime. We didn't even get up to the halfway point. He says, this is our last beer. We turned around and came back down.
Those were the days.
you know, you know, it's like a joke I heard the other day. Every joke you always hear starts with either at the farmer's house or the doctor's office. Every joke does that. Every single joke is at the farmer's house or the doctor's office.
No.
It doesn't say it start out, well, I was home one day, and it was always the doctor's office.
Oh, okay.
Or the bar, the beer. Everything's a beer.
Yeah.
So,
Again, those were the days,
those were the days.
my
Okay.
friend.
2200 found some big
Mm.
gold. They still do. Yeah. Uh, I think if you're in a gold bearing area, take the sand in the washes, turning that sand into powder. One might find more gold. Just my own. They could. Uh, there's a lot of flour. I've heard things that when people's wells, when they punch down a well, if you filter that out, you can get some microscopic gold. I've heard there's microscopic gold in toilet water. That if you could filter that out, there's a lot of gold out in the, eventually all the gold makes its way to the ocean. You know, once it becomes in like even powdered form, because I mean, if you think about it, all washes turn into washes, turn into washes, turn into washes, which turn into rivers, into streams, rivers, whatever, and eventually everything makes its way out to the ocean. So eventually, all the gold that gets hammered down so fine will make its way out to the ocean. So there's a lot of microscopic gold in the ocean, but they just can't find a way to get it profit to make it profitable. Beach gold is real, same thing. Yeah, well, it's the same ocean or beaches. There's a lot of that stuff out there. My well here was 1,500 feet deep. You bet I tested it as it came out. I bet you did. Yeah. So the wells up there in Media area, they got to go deep, and that's why a lot of people just do water hauls up there because they got to put in some deep ass wells. Dang, 1,500 feet. Yeah, that's deep down. 1,500 feet. Yeah, hell, you're almost in the Lake Meadographer or something up there. So cool. Everybody got so anyway. This was a test doing this here on. This is just a YouTube live doing this way because I said when StreamYard jacked doubled our price up this year to almost $500. I said screw you guys. I'm not paying that to you know to do this. So I'll find another platform. I'm working on another one right now. But for this week, we thought we would test this out, just going live. But the thing with this is you can't, put your music in there and you can't put guests in there and stuff like that. So I have to use a different program. But there are some other programs that I have downloaded and started playing. We used to use it a long time ago, But so I'm going to start playing with that. You have $17,000 just for the wire, quarter mile forking. Yeah, I bet you that was. We had a well dug in Siloam. That was what was that, 10 years ago?
Yeah.
And I think we paid 10,000, 11,000, something like that. We
Something.
had them go down extra, but yeah, we
Yeah.
paid like around 10 or 11,000. And I don't remember how far they went down. I think they only went down maybe what 20, 2,500 feet.
I don't
I don't remember
remember.
what it was,
I
but
don't remember.
yeah. But anyways, and then out at the campground, that the well quit working, so they had to just replace the pump went out, so they had to replace the pump and the wiring, and I think that was like $4,500 just to do the new pump and the wiring out there.
Oh my gosh, 40,000 to drill another 40,000 for the pump and pipe cable. You should have bought a house someplace else.
But that's the nice thing about living out there. But if you got the money, then put your own well in, absolutely, rather than water haul.
Well, that's
But
why.
but sometimes you'll see $1 million houses up on the hill and they do water haul because it's pricey to do that. But
That's
if
why I
you've
don't
got
want to do that.
if you had the big piece of land and all that, you're a lot better off having your own well.
Vicksburg, the
Absolutely.
well in Vicksburg is 850 feet. Steve says
Oh,
on the
okay.
property they bought.
Oh, okay. So uh, I know there's what I was told there when the well guy. No, I can't remember. There in Siloam, we so Vicksburg is better. In Siloam is kind of the cutoff. There was two aquifers in Siloam. You had the part that was closer to the what's that place called down there where we were at? Uh, what they call that subdivision? It's not Sunshine Acres.
Indian Hills?
Castle
Oh,
Lakes.
Castle Lakes.
Castle Lakes there had two parts, a lower and an upper part. The lower part was on a different aquifer, and some people would say that aquifer wasn't any good, but the upper part of the aquifer was good, and we were in the upper part. So Vicksburg is in a good aquifer. The only bad thing about all of that, you got all those farms out there, and they're all putting wells in, and they're sucking the water down. So, let's see. So, yeah, yeah, 80 grand for
Three
three.
gallons per minute.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, the wells out there are pricey, and that's why a lot of people just water haul. But hey, if you can do it, you're always better off putting a well. Just like when
Well,
we were in
yeah,
Salone, we still
yeah,
put a well in.
we did. We
It comes
did.
down to
Oh, absolutely. But
if you can
that's
afford it or
a
not.
lot of money. That's a
Well,
lot of money.
but if we lived out there, we'd want a well in if possible. We
Well,
don't want to have to haul water all the
well,
time.
no,
Okay,
that's
but
what I said.
yeah, so may have to give a testicle or something to get the money to raise, or something.
You think it's going to make that much money?
I don't know. They could be very valuable.
They could be.
Rocky Mountain oysters,
Yeah,
that could be. Okay. Just think of all the valleys in the desert that holds mega golden finds.
Roland Hall's water. You don't have.
Oh, waters. Oh, so Roland's on a thing,
Oh,
a water hole. Yeah.
no, no. We like the well. We're on the well.
But see, some people. So okay, so let's say where you're at, where Roland's at. If he's got to spend $40,000 or something to put in a well, am I cheaper on just having a big ass water tank and I can bring water in or have water delivered? Will in my lifetime spend 40 grand to justify that, or am I better off just hauling it?
If I had that extra 40 grand, what I would do is I would find a nicer house in a better area where I could put in a well that's not going to cost me that much money.
But maybe you have a 20-acre
Hi,
spread
Janon.
and you like it there and you like that place. But if I bought a big land someplace, I'd want to put a well on it if I could afford it.
Well, I understand that.
Let's see, our well is 3,500 feet, but dried up. They want 14,000 with no guarantee. And that's the sad thing too, that there is no guarantee when they go down to try to But if it dried up, see, that was the thing when we did our well out in Siloam. They went down. I think it was 190 feet. They hit water at 190 or sand at whatever they call that, or maybe it was a little. Maybe it was 160, someplace in there. But anyways, we had them go in an extra, like, I don't know, ever how many feet extra we paid to go down further because we didn't want it to dry up, and that was a fear. We paid that much money, we might as well pay the extra and have them drill further
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
So we
Josh
did.
says depends on the water quality in the area. Also, that part is true too.
That's
But
true too.
I mean, we're on a well, and we still don't drink that water.
No, we don't.
We
We don't.
wash in it. We wash our clothes.
Tanks and stuff.
People
Yeah.
people are coming into his backyard to pee in the tank.
Why is it yellow
I
for?
don't know. That's what I'm saying. And so he's got to put in all kinds of like chemicals and crap to whatever. So
Does he
when
got a holding tank where the well goes into
I
a holding
I
tank, and
don't
then from
know.
there,
I don't know. I
yellow
don't know.
seems to me that yellow is not arsenic, but I forget what the yellow is.
But yet the water that's
Anyways,
in the water that comes out of the sink is not. But like so it just it's weird. And like if they wash white, so she sends all her white clothes to her mother to wash because
that's true. So see, Jennifer says too much evaporation. That's the thing of like, so if you're in the desert, you're better off running a dry washer compared to hauling water out. Some people will haul water and recirculate, but that dry dirt sucks up water so fast. What?
up at Steve's house, he said they were at 728 feet, 18,008 years ago, and came up where he is.
Wow. So that's why I don't like to haul. I used to haul water out, but you got to haul a lot of water out, and let's say so, and then you create the muck. You're hauling, and that dry dirt sucks that water so fast that it's just not worth it. So you're better off running a dry washer. Now, gold separates better in water than it does with air. That's true. And anytime you can run water, you're better off to run water compared to air. But if you're running, say, a high banker or a recirculator, basically you're only putting one scoop at a time in it. Where a dry washer, you can almost feed that as fast as you can go. So you're putting throughput quantity with sulfur. That's the word I'm thinking about. Thank you. That's that yellow stuff. A lot of times around mines, you'll get in a lot of yellow type
Oh,
rocks, and you'll see like in the pools of water that's kind of yellow
oh,
because of that sulfur. But if he does have sulfur, that has a smell to it.
mhm.
So, but well, if it's treated, you ain't going to smell it
Yeah.
anyways. But that could be why there's a lot of water. Like out in Vicksburg, I think that well they said it had a lot of
Oh, look what Josh says. Manganese issue in one of our areas. Water looks like purple Kool-Aid before treatment.
well, because that's black rock. The manganese is black. See, they said out here in our area they were having problems with arsenic in the water, so they have
Yeah.
to treat it. So I guess the different areas, just it was out there. They had that white stuff that when the water gets on the ground, it makes everything kind of white. I forget what they call that too. Uh, anyways, but so different wells you have to treat differently because all the grounds are differently in whatever area that you're alkaline. That's a word I think
Oh,
about. So you have to. But anyways, okay. I don't know how we got on. We have sulfur if you drill too deep. So we got on wells. But anyway, so in the desert, you're better off running a dry washer if you can, just because of that reason. So I'll take a dry washer out to the desert any day rather than haul all that water and stuff out there. That's a crap. Or I'll just bring buckets of dirt home and run the water in my backyard. That I'll do because I got a garden hose that I can just fill up. Okay. Anyway, that's what's happening on our neck of the woods.
hmm.
Hope you guys are all getting ready for Christmas. We got all our trees up and everything hanging up.
Yeah.
Presents are coming out.
Presents are being wrapped as they arrive.
So I know on the 20th, what day is the 20th? Next Friday? A week
Next
from this
Saturday,
Friday,
the 19th, we're leaving.
the 19th. So we are leaving. to go to Utah for family Christmas party,
Yeah.
but that won't interfere with the Wednesday though. So
No,
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 so
because we're only staying for the week and we'll be home
oh,
on
okay.
Sunday.
So yeah, why are you in Facebook jail? Well, about 8 months ago, I shared a post
That was
that
not up to their
that
standards.
wasn't up to their standards 8 months ago, and so they took down the posting. They gigged me, and they took away all my privileges. I still can post, but that's about it. I can't do live. I can't. I forget there was like 6 things I can't do. I can't do live. I can't. Oh, I can't. I don't know what it was. I can't do anyway. I can't. They don't recommend my channel anymore like they used to. They don't let
No,
me put ads on anything or allow monetization to come on the page anymore. Now, some of the things say, I mean, it was suspended, and other things say it will go away January 1. So we'll see what happens if I get my privileges back.
Steve wants the metal prices.
Current metal prices as we speak, live, as we speak. Everything is up right now.
Oh,
Gold
yeah, go ahead.
is at 42, 41, 30. These are the asking prices.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, look where silver went.
62.87.
62.87. Oh man, I just remember not too long ago it was like $28. Then it went to 30. 62.87 for silver. Platinum is 1677. Your favorite one went down too.
Rhodium is 83.50.
Wow. I can't. I've always heard silver's the better way to go, better investment buying silver because like your solar panels and everything is going silver. Wow, 62.87. Holy mackerels.
See, Janan deletes a lot of spam on that account as she's
And I appreciate Janan that you
on the job.
on the job. There is a lot of that on there. The greatest thing that you ever did was make that where they have to approve it first. I went in there, I don't know, the other day, and I was looking at stuff, and I try every now and then try to go in and approve, and I try to see if they're spamming or if they're like if they're legit, if how old the accounts are because they just want to get in there and do crap. But hey, I appreciate you doing all that, Janon. Seriously, do because that's just something I don't really have to worry about. That is the Facebook page, Gold Fever Adventures, on that page. So Janon is an admin on that, and she does a good job.
She does.
Okay.
Last time I bought silver was $17.
Wow. This whole job thing sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does suck. But you know what I find funny? That how many people, what's that say, scratch people?
Squatch
Squatch
people,
people.
like Sasquatch.
Oh, how many people are going to Gold Fever Adventures to post stuff on? And that's gotten a lot of followers, I guess, now getting on that. There's like over 12,000 or something followers on that page. So that page is really kind of doing good because I'll see every now and then. I don't know if that's automatic where it welcomes all the new people, but that
Oh,
page is growing.
that's Mrs. Clay.
Oh, Mrs. Clay. All right, Mrs. Clay, welcome. Sweet. So, anyways, people go to there to post their own adventures on it, and that's fine. It's Gold Fever Adventures, so other people can post their stuff on there too. But yeah, we don't like the spam. We don't like people going on there selling stuff and crap like that. Where they say I got mining equipment for sale. There's other places to go do all of that, or you'll get these places out of China that are trying to sell their mining equipment, and then you got these people, and I'll look onto if people digging out these phony rocks. Sometimes you'll see, these over in Africa, they're digging these phony rocks out stuff. That's not real. Then I just delete a lot of that type of stuff too. So, uh, anyways, all right, guys, that's really all I've got to yak about this weekend. I emailed DJI hoping they will send you gear, drones, etc. Oh well, hey, thanks, Roland. I hope they send me stuff too.
Roland had asked you a
Oh, he
up
asked me a
here.
question.
Yeah, something about a gold pen that he sent you. Could you print it out? Something.
Oh yeah, you did. He sent me the Gold Claw pan. Did I'll have to look at that on printing that. I have not tried that yet to print. So AZ Gold Hunter. Well, thank you very much. You all have a nice day too.
Yep. So
I don't
we'll.
even know where you go to end this thing at. Oh,
Oh,
right here, end stream. So, anyways, hey, look, there's a microphone right there, but I only see one mic,
well,
one
that's
thing.
okay.
So
It's working.
I can
I
hear
can
it over
hear
there.
it.
Yeah, so hey, it's
So
working.
they're hearing us.
Yeah. So anyway, guys, hey, we appreciate you hanging with us and all that stuff. We dropped 20,000 on silver when it
Almost
was.
$20 an
Wow,
ounce.
that was pretty good. That was a
Yeah.
good investment. So anyway, guys, we'll see you guys next week. We appreciate all you guys. Like I say, this was a test for us just using YouTube Live. So you guys all take care. There is no outro music or nothing like that. So
Nope. So it's just us
so
saying
we
goodbye.
appreciate all you guys hanging. You guys will be back before Christmas, so we won't say have a great Christmas.
Not yet.
So you guys all take care. Be safe, everybody. Remember, it's a very rough world out there. Don't post anything nasty on Facebook because they don't like it, or on YouTube too. Be good, everybody. Thanks. Thank you guys all. Take care. Have a fantastic evening. And until our paths cross again, see y'all out in the gold fields. Take care.